Welcome back to our continuing coverage. India pays tribute and respect to our corona warriors, to doctors, nurses, healthcare workers, sanitation workers, police officers, policemen and women who are battling, our frontline warriors in India's war on novel coronavirus. We'll also talk in greater detail about the twin virus attack, coronavirus and the virus of Pakistan state-sponsored terror, unaffordable loss in Handwara in North Kashmir, where we've lost the commanding officer of a Rashtriya Rifles battalion, a company commander, 2 soldiers and a police sub-inspector while killing 2 foreign terrorists. In greater detail, but first I want to cut across to India Today's All India Institute of Medical Sciences, the prestigious AIIMS, where an army band is playing martial music, martial tunes, but a large number of people gathered there to watch them play military music. Let's listen into what's happening on ground zero.
कोविड-19 महामारी को हराने में लगे हुए हमारे नर्सेस, स्वास्थ्य कर्मचारी, सफाई कर्मचारी, पुलिस बल, सेना, आपूर्ति श्रृंखला को बनाए रखने वाले कार्यकर्ता और
This military music is such a morale booster at any given point of time, and this is a centuries-old tradition. When armies went marching out for days and weeks, this music would help them march and also boost their morale. As a tradition, it's also played out at hospitals, especially armed forces hospitals, as a morale booster for soldiers, patients, their kin. Now it's playing out for corona warriors and for corona patients and other patients at hospitals. How are doctors reacting to this? How are healthcare workers and frontline corona warriors reacting to this? Let's listen in to Dr. Guleria. Let's also listen in to other voices coming in.
मैं सारे आर्म्ड फोर्सेस को और सारी देश की जनता को धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा कि आज उन्होंने हमें ये सम्मान दिया। हमारे सारे जो टीम है, चाहे वो डॉक्टर्स हों, नर्सेज हों, रेजिडेंट्स हों, पैरामेडिकल स्टाफ हो, सैनिटेशन वर्कर्स हों, सब कोविड की लड़ाई में लगे हुए हैं। और ये एक हमें बहुत ज़्यादा बूस्ट मिलता है कि जब लोग हमें ऑनर करते हैं, हमारी याद करते हैं। और यही मैं कहना चाहूँगा कि हम सब फिर से इकट्ठे होके और एक दफ़ा फिर और जोश के साथ इस लड़ाई में आगे बढ़ेंगे।
आर्म्ड फोर्सेस का जिन्होंने कि इस तरह का एक इनकरेजमेंट देने के लिए सारे हेल्थ केयर वर्कर को प्रोग्राम किया, तो ये हमारे लिए बहुत उत्साह की बात है। और सेकेंडली मैं चाहूँगा कि ईच हेल्थ केयर वर्कर जो भी जिसमें डॉक्टर, नर्सिस, ऑल द एम्प्लॉइज, जिसमें कि HA ऐसे सारे शामिल हैं, उन लोगों ने फ्रंट पे काम किया है। और हर एक उन कर्मचारियों का मैं बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूँ।
So doctors overwhelmed, nurses, healthcare workers, but they're at it. They're at it constantly because remember, this is a long war. The battle has only been half won. There still is a war ahead. When we talk about a war ahead, take a look at the 2 images we are putting out on your television screen, because there is a war that India is fighting on multiple fronts. We've had major casualties in Handwara in North Kashmir battling the virus of Pakistan state-sponsored terror, and that's a virus we've been battling for over 3 decades. These are harrowing images. We urge viewer discretion. The commanding officer of an infantry battalion, a Rashtriya Rifles battalion at in Handwara in North Kashmir, a company commander, 2 soldiers, one police sub-inspector. They made the supreme sacrifice of their lives while battling foreign terrorists in our country. The aim was to avoid collateral damages, what we are told. Civilians were safely evacuated from that building, but as the company commander and the commanding officer went in with their buddies, there was a fierce encounter, and this encounter that lasted, the tracking of the terrorists was happening over several days, we are told. There was an encounter even earlier. But this points to the threat, the clear and present danger our country faces at two levels, coronavirus and the virus of Pakistan state-sponsored terror. And I want to take this to Air Marshal Anil Chopra with me on the broadcast. Air Marshal Chopra, this is extremely, extremely dangerous, the kind of twin virus attack that our country is battling at this point of time.
Yes, Gaurav, I must say that today is a Sunday, but the entire armed forces of the country are active, whether it's on the border, whether internal security duties against the terrorists, or whether it is to show solidarity and salute the COVID warriors of this country. Look at April. You know, April was one of the worst months for COVID in the world. It was one of the worst, and we're hoping that May onwards the things will start improving. And April was one of the worst months in the last nearly 3-4 years for terrorist activities and encounters in Kashmir. In fact, one of the highest number of terrorists killed was in the last month, that is in April. Imagine after Uri strikes, surgical strikes, after Balakot, this country, Pakistan, with themselves is going through COVID, begging for medicines from all over the world, begging for support from India. They are continuing to keep the LOC live by shelling so that they can get more and more terrorists through. Now, this is the state, and on the second side is India, which is supplying medicines to the entire world, which is fighting COVID well. Touch wood, we are doing a good job. We have been able to keep control it despite having 1.3 billion population. I think we need to be proud. I am proud as a veteran of the armed forces, the great work they are doing, both for the humanity, both for the security of this country.
Oh, absolutely. And General Sivach, as a grateful nation, acknowledges the role of our corona warriors. We must also remain alive to the clear and present danger posed by that virus of terror that comes from our neighbor.
Absolutely correct, Gaurav. You well said. Point is, about 250 to 300 terrorists are sitting on a launch pad across the line of control, ready to be inducted and create a mayhem in Kashmir Valley. This is the true color of Pakistan. Pakistan is activated the line of control so that they can pump in these terrorists. And there are also chances that few of them may also be infected with corona. You know, Pakistan can go to any extent. Remember this operation which has taken place yesterday night and 2 days earlier it was starting on, that we have sacrificed our commanding officer and a company commander and 3 more brave soldiers. This is possibly done because we could have easily brought those houses since the civilians were taken as a captive by the insurgents and the terrorists, that we did not fire at them, and to avoid this collateral damage we have to get in. You know, remember the supreme sacrifice which is conducted by the commanding officer himself, that rather than having a collateral damage, he saved the life of all the civilians, may have given his own life for the nation. This is the spirit and the tradition of the Indian Army, that for protecting the life of their own countrymen, they can sacrifice. This is a very good message. We must go home. My point is, today Pakistan must be taught lesson, because Pakistan is begging that Financial Action Task Force has already put in a grey list. They are begging for COVID-19 health, medical facilities given by India, and this is what they are doing in return, that they are pumping in the terrorists, thinking that before the LC fence is repaired, this window of opportunity wherein they can pump in maximum terrorists, they are making use of it. This track which has come now has just inducted or infiltrated about a week back from line of control.
Absolutely. Perhaps it's time to go and hit terror at source, deeper at source, in a more sustained manner, to teach that state sponsor of terror a lesson as India also battles coronavirus. And Shiv, that's the threat that our country faces at multiple levels. Look at the way, how diligently, how meticulously Indians are fighting this war on coronavirus and this threat of Pakistan state-sponsored terror, the virus of terror in Jammu and Kashmir, Shiv.
You know, Gaurav, I'm really glad that you and our guests, devoted a little bit of time to what has been happening in Jammu and Kashmir, because it only comes as another shattering reminder that no matter what else the world is going through, our armed forces will have to always account for Pakistan, prioritizing terror above everything else. What has happened in Handwara, and we pay our respects, and we are frankly quite speechless with the professionalism that the military always, every single day shows, despite losses like this. The tragedy that has taken place in Handwara is an operation. So here on India Today, as we show you these pictures of the military's gratefulness, gratitude and thanks to COVID-19 warriors, let's also remember the families of the 4 army personnel and the 1 policeman who have been killed in action fighting terrorists in the Handwara encounter that was on yesterday, including a colonel, a major, a nayak and a lance nayak and a sub-inspector of the Jammu and Kashmir police. I wanted to contrast this for you, ladies and gentlemen, because it is truly a reminder that the armed forces do not have the luxury to go away from their main duties. What's happened in Handwara is a reminder that there is still a true enemy. The world is fighting COVID-19, but Pakistan will continue to make the world fight terrorism as well. That is what this is a reminder of. And I want to bring in Air Marshal Anil Chopra on this aspect. We've just heard Sivach also speak about it. Air Marshal Chopra, as we see this beautiful symbolic gesture by the military, for our COVID-19 heroes, you can always trust Pakistan to give the world a reality check as far as terrorism is concerned.
Yeah, there's Shiv, undoubtedly Pakistan is repeatedly showing his bad face, if I may use that word, because at a time when the entire world has to be together, when the Prime Minister of India is calling up heads of states of different countries to understand how we can help each other, what is the good policies that we must bring in, what is the good strategy, what should we do, should we carry on with the lockdown, how do we open the economy, how do we... So he is interacting with practically every head of state every other day. He is interacting with chief ministers. He's trying to find good solutions.
Yes.
And Pakistan on the other side is doing what you just mentioned, cross-border shelling, trying to infiltrate more terrorists. And I will tell you, the Indian armed forces are not going to let that go by. There is going to be an appropriate reaction. Not only a reaction, there's something be done to avenge what has happened on the border. Just let me make 1 or 2 other small points. One is, of course, for today's event of solidarity.
Yes.
And the salute that the armed forces have given. The entire Indian Air Force aeroplanes, at least 3 types of fighters, all transport aircraft, all helicopters, everybody was engaged. But one group of people whom we have not yet saluted sufficiently, other than the doctors, the policemen and sanitation workers, are the small shopkeepers, the guys who are supplying vegetables, fruits, the milkmen who have been coming from villages on their motorcycle to supply milk, the security guards at societies and at the RWA associations, the medical shops that have been kept working, the doctors, of course, who are doing video conferencing for individual patients like us if we had some small little irritants that we wanted them to solve. Look at the truck drivers, the sabji mandis that
Yes.
they were kept alive. I think they all need to be shown gratitude, and we all need to them.
We all need to show them a great deal of gratitude. You couldn't have said it better. The warriors are truly spread out all over the country. And, I'm taking great heart also, gentlemen, in seeing that in many of the places we're seeing doctors, medics, paramedics, staff being able to emerge from their hospitals and clinics and actually enjoy the beautiful display that the military has on for them. It's an incredibly gratifying sight to see that they've been able to get a few moments off from their rigorous, grueling routine fighting COVID-19, to somehow enjoy the gratitude that the country has put on display for them, courtesy the armed forces. Major General Sivac, to you again. What does this symbolism really mean, sir? There have been many cynics, and I hate to say this, but I think this is something that needs to be addressed. There are many cynics who have said this is band baja barat, this is a wasteful gesture, this is empty symbolism, this does not mean anything, this is a waste of national resources. What would you say to such people, sir? Of course, we must give the caveat that all of these flights that we are seeing are also part of training and logistics flights already. But what would you say, General Sivac, to cynics who say that such symbolism means nothing? Are these people ignoring India's COVID-19 warriors and what such gratitude means to them?
Absolutely correct, Shiv. It has sent a very good message. In fact, most of the country people and people, veterans and all, they were thinking that possibly this may be a wastage of some effort. But now, as the things have been unfolded, we have realized what a very fine gesture. The Indian Defence Forces, the way they have gone about it, it has got a multi-pronged strategy and it affected many people. It has affected the Korean warriors that they will now fight till the last. Their morale has been raised. You have given them a respect. Now this respect has gone manifold because the defense forces are considered as the most respected lot in the country. Now if they are respecting this frontline coronavirus, then the whole country starts respecting them. Very good message has gone. Now whatever resources have been used by the defense forces, they are being a routine one. Like very rightly you have said, that C-130 which has been used are being used only to ferry the logistics from north to south or east to west. And all these 9 fighter aircraft, whether it is your Jaguar or you have got MiG-29 or Sukhoi 30 Mark 1, they are routine training sortie. And the same way, all these bands and all are used a part of training. But remember, what a message we have sent today. The whole country is together. Today we are respecting the nation. We are respecting as a nation to coronavirus whose morale has gone up. The police which has been not always been seen otherwise is today respected. On the war memorial, the defense forces have done the wreath laying. A very good message. The whole country has now sort of standing together to fight against this deadly invisible enemy called COVID-19. This is what it has done it. We are proud of our nation. We are proud of our defense forces. We are proud of all our frontline warriors which are fighting day, night and day out against this invisible enemy called coronavirus.
Very well said, General Sivac. I also want to bring in NP Singh, retired from the Indian Navy. But before I go to him, I want to go across to India Today's Ashutosh Mishra, who's at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences. Ashu, what's happening at AIIMS?
Well, it was a marvelous visual, and the Mi-17 that just carried out a flypast, it was as close as it ever could be, and perhaps why there was the great degree of energy amongst the people and all the, not only the medical professionals but even those civilians, those who were here, they just walked out to just have a glimpse of that. When first it was a 3 set of sorties, the fighter jets passed through, and then within 30 minutes it was Mi-17 with the showering petals. First it was at the Safdarjung Hospital, then the AIIMS Hospital and the Plaza, and clearly all the rooftops, not only these hospitals but also the residential colonies, that I saw that huge number of people were there to just have a glimpse of this day when the soldiers, the fighters, the warriors, they came out to salute these civilians on the duty, those who are fighting this invisible enemy across the country, and perhaps why this was the day to honor and respect their profession and the way they are fighting to save our lives. Shiv.
beautiful images, and I don't think any one of us can really put ourselves in the place of those COVID-19 warriors and what they must be feeling. They've taken time away from their families. They've had to, probably argue with their families to actually be there. Many of them, most of them, I would hazard, do not have a choice but to be at the front lines of the COVID-19 war. This is their livelihood ultimately. So this is something that we need to keep in mind as Indians. And as we cover this very emotional story for all of our viewers, I want all of us, including me, and I have to remind myself of this, to remember that our COVID-19 warriors in many cases don't have a choice. They have to be there at the front lines doing this very risky job. There are hundreds of COVID-19 warriors who've been infected with the with the coronavirus as well. And therefore, this gratitude is a reminder that the country has not forgotten them. There are those who will dismiss it as symbolic, but I want to bring in retired Naval Officer N.P. Singh, who's a well-known defense analyst as well. Mr. Singh, the aerial salute, the military symphonic bands performing, the warships at sea. Yes, one can stress the symbolism, but as a military man, take us through what these symbols mean and why this is important, sir.
Yeah. See, before that, I will tell you two things. First of all, my heartfelt condolence to all the brave soldiers, including Colonel Sharma of the Rashtriya Rifle, for their supreme sacrifice for the nation. See, I will come to the Corona warrior. Whatever our armed forces are doing, it's extraordinary, it's exemplary. Our paramedical staff, our nurses, our police, our sanitation workers, everybody is working day and night. But to win a war, it's a war. It's a war. It's a pandemic. It's a war. It's a global war. In our country, when we are fighting with this war, people get tired. Their motivation, their morals go down over a period of time because of some stray negative incident, prolonged away from their families. Now, of the armed forces, today it is being done across the nation, from Srinagar to Trivandrum, from Dibrugarh to Gujarat, all over. Our aircraft fighters, our transport aircraft, our helicopters, they are covering the flowers on all the hospitals on the coronavirus. See, when you give this much motivation to win a war, we need a motivation, we need a high morale. So at this point of time, when already 4 to 6 weeks, more than 6 weeks have passed and people are busy, that team is fighting, the coronavirus are fighting, when they get this much respect from the country, which they have already got it, they have been getting, but getting from the armed forces, which is the ultimate. In terms of morale and motivation, see, the morale and the motivation today, which is going to be in their blood.
No, very true. You're absolutely right. It couldn't get bigger than this. It couldn't get bigger than this. The Prime Minister a few weeks ago got the people of India to come onto their balconies and, say thanks to India's COVID-19 warriors. And now you've got India's frontline military warriors paying tribute to a COVID-19. I don't want our viewers to get swayed by cynicism of a few who say this is band baja or anything. This is important, ladies and gentlemen. There is nothing being wasted here. These are military personnel who are going about their normal duties, but also aligning with this symbolism and this aerial salute that is taking place. Just a moment ago, we had images from a ship. We had images from the INS Jalashwa ship, which we'll put on our screens in just a moment, where, it said thank you on the flight deck. And this is a ship that's actually on standby to go out into the Gulf and probably rescue Indians if the need arises. So these are ships. When you look at the ships being illuminated, General Sivach, the ships being illuminated out at sea, that's not some ceremonial tribute. Those are all operational warships, General Sivach. It's not a waste. They are out there on standby to rescue Indians, in other parts of the world.
Absolutely correct, Chef. Very well said. In the fact, all these warships which are ready to be launched and they are ready to evacuate our civilians which are already there in the far-flung areas in Middle East and all. They are all well prepared. whenever they will be given the order, they will do it. In addition to that, they are now illuminating, and they is a part of the game. My point is, whatever is being done today, nothing extra is been done. No expenditure is been incurred other than what is normally done. But at the same time, what a beautiful message we have sent it, that we as the defense forces salute our corona warriors. And if we as a defense forces salute it, it means we are saluting it on the behalf of the nation. And the nation is proud of our corona warriors. So this frontline warrior respect which we have given today has sent a very good message. At the same time, that today you have got a synergy in the country which is coming between defense forces, your paramilitary, and also your doctors and the population at large. You know, today the population at large, when they see what is happening, they feel proud of their defense forces. They feel proud of their COVID warriors. So today, you know, is a very good message, sir. What as a nation we have done it, I don't think it's at this scale anywhere it can be done in the world. It is a lesson to be learned by other countries. We are fighting an invisible enemy in a very modern and in a very professional manner. At the same time, the people who are on the front line, we are giving them the respect, we are saluting them, we are also celebrating their achievements. Today is a day where we need to feel proud as Indians, and that is what it is. Let's be feel proud of Indians. Let's be together and let's fight this COVID-19 unitedly. At the same time, reply back Pakistan, which is a country is only aiding and supporting terrorism. Hit them hard where it hurt them maximum.
General Sivach, let's fight this together. I mean, I couldn't have said it better, sir. And I respect you for actually saying it like it is. We need to put aside our differences. We need to put aside our cynicism to fight this. We've seen so much politics being played, so many naysayers in this fight. And all of those are undermining India's united fight against COVID-19. Enjoy these beautiful images of ships from late last evening from the Coast Guard and the Navy. I'm going to take a very quick break. The last bit of this wonderful tribute ceremony coming up.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.